Hello, everyone. Lord Daimyo here, and today I am back with another amazing, super awesome tier list. And this time I am doing a tier list for all of the Generation 7 Pokemon, and I have a super awesome, unique friend with me here today, Trevor Tiger.
Oh, thank you. I agree with the unique part. Super and awesome, debatable still,
Well,
but holy, thank you so much for having me on. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Like I mentioned when you first brought up the list, I see that sexy looking Buzzwole there. This is
oh,
gonna go well.
I know there's a lot of hot takes about Buzzwole. Some people love him, some people don't. So I'm excited to see what you think about him. But he's much later, so we'll have to wait
Ooh.
to really talk about him. Trevor, before we get into any of this, is there anything that you want to plug so that people can find you?
So, I still do the YouTube game. I've been kind of in semi-retirement because last year my laptop exploded pretty
Hmm.
much. So I've been trying to find some new video editing software, but I'm in the works on something. In fact, very soon you might be seeing some new One Piece videos, some new Disney ride videos. I really miss doing those, but
Ooh.
those two are essentially are in the works. So yeah, hopefully if you guys like that, check out the channel. If you like it, great. If you don't, it was nice knowing you.
Right. I'm excited for that content that you've got coming out. I know mostly all the stuff I've seen you do recently is just tons of live streams with Watkins, who we've had on here before, and Ultimarks, and occasionally you'll invite me in. That's fun. So yeah, even if you don't have a lot of awesome videos coming out, you always have the streams. I mean, you're the place to go for the awesome
It
streams.
feels weird to not like to advertise. It's like, hey guys, sometimes we do death battle when we
Yeah.
cry. Sometimes we look at CVR and we cry.
It's I mean, it's if it's a live streamable event, Trevor's channel's the place to go. It really is. Yeah.
Aw, you're
I,
too kind.
uh,
My heart's
well,
melting.
well, it's true. Okay. Well, I guess let's jump into it. So, as I do with all of my tier list videos, we will be ranking these Pokemon not based on just one thing. We'll be looking at design, types, stats, just how cute they are, just anything, any and all. So, and then we've got the final evolutions here, but we're looking at the whole family. And obviously, if you don't know how tier lists work, S is the best, F is horrible. And yeah, let's just jump into it, shall we?
All right.
Okay, so we got the three starters here. We've got Decidueye, um, Incineroar, and Primarina. So let's start with Decidueye. What are you thinking? Who was the starter that you picked in Sun Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon?
So in when I first got the game, this was like when regular base Sun and Moon came out.
Right.
I went with the Incineroar bloodline because I have a
Okay.
cat. It was golden, solid. Then for my Ultra Moon playthrough, I went ahead and got Rowlet and just went with that bloodline. I gotta say, in comparison, I found better use for Incineroar all around, especially with his Z move. As like Watkins has probably
Mm-hmm.
said, I like wrestling, and his Z move is just fun
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. See, I also enjoy cats, and I have been wanting a good cat starter for a long time. Hopefully, we'll get that with Scarlet and Violet. But as soon as Incineroar stood up, it was just, it was a no go for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
already gonna have to argue with this, aren't we?
and I'm not a huge fan of fire poke. Like I've never started with a fire starter. I'm not a huge fan of fire Pokemon. So for me, Incineroar's at the bottom. I chose Decidueye, so it seems like we both like Decidueye, at least a bit.
Yeah, and poor that Poplio.
I,
It's never been chosen.
I,
It's neglected.
I know. Apparently pretty good though. I mean the stats, water and fairy, pretty good. But
Yeah.
yeah, this Decidueye is just really cool. So what do you want to say? I'm thinking maybe
Hmm.
just like a B or a C.
I feel like Decidueye could be because if you take the whole bloodline into account,
Yeah.
grass flying, then like grass ghost. Ghost is
Yeah.
oh man, it's gone better over the years. So maybe B. I want to say B. Plus he
Okay.
looks cool.
Yeah, he does look pretty cool. Okay, we'll put him in B then. I think B is pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right, Incineroar.
Now to fight.
I mean, honestly, I do. I mean, he's pretty cool in Smash Bros. I'll give him that. Um, I mean, for me, it'd be a C or a D.
I would say because I found more use with Incineroar on my playthrough than I
Mm,
did with Decidueye.
okay.
Even if he was against like a against Pokemon that were at a type disadvantage, that Z move, it saved my life so many times. Even if it was weak, it somehow pulled through. I was like, yes, good
All those
Incineroar.
emus are so strong.
The only like real complaint I have is that, and this may be a nuclear take, but the second ocean, the Tora Cat one, I
Not
think it's
great.
ugly.
Yeah.
It's like an anti Charmeleon. It's like, oh wow, Charmander turned that awesome. Then you look at I think it was Litten. Yeah, Litten evolves and it's like, oh, you turned it. Oh, you're gross.
Hmm.
Oh, sick. Get out of here.
Yeah,
So,
that's yeah. I was real set on Litten, and then I saw Torcat. I'm like, oh well, still on its four legs, and then Incineroar. Yeah. So I mean,
uh,
it's up to you. What do you think? I mean, I'd be willing to
hmm.
go with B if you absolutely have to, but there's no way I think this is better than Decidueye.
I think for the sake of compromise, we throw Incineroar in C. And are you the kind of person that like when everything's done, we just go through like from F tier, which one's the worst and which one's the
Oh yeah,
best F tier? Oh
yeah,
yeah, all
yeah.
right.
We
So
go
yeah,
we
we'll
go
throw
through.
Incineroar there.
Yeah, we go through each tier, and the better in the tier go towards the left, and the worst will go towards the right. So yeah, he might be like top C tier, and
Yeah,
Decidueye might be bottom B tier. So I mean, and then
excellent.
Primarina. I mean, I feel about on the same level with Incineroar personally.
Yeah, I think the biggest seller point for people to finally pick the water starters in later generations is like, well, hey, it's a fairy type.
Yeah,
There's that.
yeah. I mean, pretty cool. The designs, but I mean, all the rest of it, I'm okay with. So, see, good with you
Yeah, she's good. Nothing terribly wrong with her yet.
yet. You're exactly right. Okay. Toucanon. Uh, okay. How do you feel about the bird for the region?
I honestly like Trumbeak, like its second evolution,
Uh
a
huh.
hell of a lot more than the Toucan Sam over here.
Uh huh. Yeah.
The only reason I would give him any points is because his Z move is quite literally just planking, like he
Yeah.
idle, he T poses someone to oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only meme points. Like it's your standard normal flying type. You don't really
Mm-hmm.
have much use for the toucan. If you wanted like the best of like deluxe, Trumbeak was the way to go. But Trumbeaks are useless later in the game, so I'm not a big fan of the toucan in line aside from Trumbeak.
I think the only decent thing with Toucanon is it's got a pretty high attack stat. It's at like 120. So, I mean, that's pretty decent. I don't know if it learns any good moves to balance that. Let me see.
Remember, I would do Steel Wing, but that was like the best move. Aerial Ace is probably the thing.
Well, I'm looking. It doesn't even have Brave Bird. So, never mind. This thing's
Oh,
not good at all. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. D, E, what are you thinking?
considering the use, maybe we should throw it in E for now, and then see if it can redeem itself.
Okay, I'm good
Depend
with.
on what else we
I
throw.
know he's not. Okay. Another not great one in my opinion.
No.
Gumshoes. I mean, I think probably the weakest like regional rodent in my opinion.
Ah, yeah, I never found a use for young goose or gumshoes. There
Yeah.
was it's the I hate to bring back Gen 1, but it's like it's the Rattata. You don't expect Rattata to be any good,
Yeah.
and only the fear Rattata is any good, but that
Yeah.
is a decade-long journey.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. I mean, still that Hyperfang on a Ricate still pretty. It takes you off when you're going up against like Team Rocket. I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I'd say E or F. I mean,
Yeah, I'm fine with either or F. Considering it hasn't done anything for us, maybe F.
Okay, F. I'm saying F. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
great. Now, if you know anything about
Yes.
me, I love bugs, and getting another bug and electric Pokemon was great. And boy, this thing, it's so slow, but its special attack is so good.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I at least remember the special attack stat. Wasn't it like 140 or
140, yeah,
something?
145.
Yes.
It's insane.
Vigavolt is so cool.
It takes so long for it to level up though, because you have to get all the way to like that fourth island
Oh, that's right.
in the canyon, the Pony Canyon. So
Yeah.
that's a real downside for me. But
You're stuck with the bus
at,
bug all the way to the
yeah,
end.
oh yeah, I hate it. I said, okay, I'm boxing it. Like after the second island, I'm like, yeah, no boxing it. I'm not holding on to him for this long. But it's shiny is amazing. It's like white.
Oh,
So I
let's
mean,
see.
I immediately SRA for me. I mean, Vikavolt, so good.
I would probably throw Vigavolt. Like Vigavolt alone would be like S tier, but it's for me, it's bogged down by Charge a Bug. Grubbin's not even worth talking
Yeah,
about.
but I
So,
mean, Charjabug's at least kind of cool and unique with his little bus battery looking self. I mean, it's kind of cool. But yeah, Grubbin's whatever. I mean, I still think Vikavolt just outshadows all his previews.
yeah. I am fine. If you want to throw an S tier, that's fine. I am
Okay,
fine with the A tier.
okay. Well then, I think okay. He's so slow though. Okay, S tier. I'm putting S tier. Maybe we might have him at the end of S tier or something, but I'll
Yeah,
say S tier.
I will agree for that. I imagine there will be some S tiers that will destroy this
Oh yeah,
bug.
that was my whole hesitancy there. I'm looking at a lot of these others going, well, yeah, a lot of these are probably S. Yeah, oddly enough, I really like this generation. So
Oh yeah, I personally like the games despite how much shit they get.
yeah, that's true. Speaking of a Pokemon I absolutely don't like though,
Oh, the potential
I
of
know.
this thing.
Oh, I know. I mean, fighting in ice. Come on. I mean, the weaknesses, sure, but I mean, I think this is the only fighting in ice. Again,
Oh,
I think this also had to be leveled up on.
oh, you're right.
Yeah, these were the two. So yeah, imagine holding on to a crab brawler for the whole game, and then getting
Dude,
this. So I think just that disappointment.
personally,
Yeah.
if this was my like if I had full control, I would be throwing that thing in F because you spend your
Okay.
whole time with Brawler and
Hmm.
you're just like, you can do it. I know you can do it. Your stats suck so much, but I have
Hmm.
faith in you. And you level it up. Then you finally see it evolve when you get to the fabled islands. Yes, finally, a fight in ice type. Hell yeah. And you're just so soaked up in that hype and like, I am gonna go take on the first trainer and it's gonna destroy. Oh shit, it has a fire. No!
Yep. It's just, and also so slow. I think this generation had so many super slow Pokemon. I mean, it's yeah. I put them in F. I mean, I don't like them.
Oh, it's such a shame.
I know. I know.
Crabominable name too. How do you go wrong with that?
Real missed potential there. Oricrio. So I just have the I don't even know what form this is, but
I think it's the fire flying
yeah, it's
one
the
or
fire flying
Corio.
one. Yeah, I forget the name of it though, but
I think it's Corio. I think.
yeah. But or we're also looking at Oricrio's electric one, the pom pom one,
Yeah,
the ghost one, and I think the other one was a psychic one. Yeah, psychic.
that's right. Oh, I like all of them. It's unique. I like the alternate form
Yeah,
take, and they're all kind of cute, so I like them.
yeah. No, I
I
think
don't
he's not bad.
think they have stats that excel the needs.
Mm,
Like, oh yeah, they're amazing, top tier. I think they're like middle of the road or
yeah,
B.
yeah. They're middle of the road, but I mean that ability I think is the real shining
What
grace for
was it,
this.
Dancer?
Yep, dancer. So it copies
Ah,
any dance move, which can get crazy, especially in doubles. But I mean,
Oh.
kind of situational too. But I mean, I think a B or maybe a C. I mean, for me.
Yeah, I'm fine with even the versatility of like you can choose what form you want your
Yeah.
oratorio. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say B because
Okay.
you could
Yeah.
definitely prove to that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Okay. And I'm just gonna straight out and say Ribombi's my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon.
Mm.
So I immediately want to put it in S tier. So
Mm.
Bug and Fairy, unique. I love this little thing. So fast. The rest of its stats aren't great, but so cute, so fast. I love it.
Personally, because I found use for it, I never wrote
Oh, okay.
high praise for it because, like, Crabominable down there, it was there were some times where she did her job perfectly, and a lot of times where she gets obliterated.
Yeah, yeah, pretty feeble. But I mean, if you get it on fast enough, and I think it's got Quiver Dance. So I
Um,
mean, that really doesn't help too much, but that Quiver Dance and Dazzling Gleam and Bug Buzz. I mean, that's some pretty good moves on it.
yeah, Dazzling Gleam was my go-to move for
Hmm.
this. Personally, it's middle of the road, and you're just calling it S tier.
It's my favorite.
If we logically deduct this with science, we can kind of do this with walk-ins when we ranked all the One Piece characters. If we use
Uh,
science to compromise this, um, our compromise would be like A tier.
okay, and this is my one. This is my channel overturn,
Oh,
and I say it has to be an S tier.
this is a dictatorship.
This is my one. You have one also, so this
Oh
is my one.
shit!
So I have to put it in S tier. I mean, it's absolutely my favorite. Look, cute little scarf. Come on, so
That
cute.
scarf is usually set on fire when I'm done with
Stop,
it.
stop, stop. I hate fire. Okay, well, you were good with A, so up to an S isn't too crazy. I mean,
Yeah, not too bad.
okay, okay. Lycanroc. So I just have this one. I think this is the midday one. But obviously we're counting all three forms.
Yes.
Yeah, the sun one, the night one, like the dusk, the midnight, and the midday. So
I this is where I mentioned that hot take coming in.
okay.
The only form that I am personally a fan of is the sun form, where it's just all it's like it looks like a normal evolved Rockruff. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
I love that form. It looks cool. I like it. The night form I could never get into. It's just I never because with my team, it's already established team, and then you have this thing. It's like I don't really need you anymore. So shit,
That's weird. I'm the opposite. I like the midnight one where he's up on his hind legs and he kind of looks menacing and scary. I like it.
like barrel.
But bad thing, it's just a rock type.
Exactly.
I mean, it's nothing special.
Yeah, it's like kind of like an Eevee almost in a way. It's like oh, it can evolve depend on the
Yeah.
condition. And then it's just like awesome. At least with Eevee, you get like fire and things. Like with the
Hmm.
sunny one and the midnight one, it's just get rock and like
Hmm. And I think their stats change a little bit, and like that's it.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think that's why I like the sunny one more. I never found a good use for the night one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, C, D. What are you thinking?
Yeah, yeah. C sounds good.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Not
not an
terrible,
insult.
but not great. Yeah. Okay, so I remember back in the day, Sunkern was the one Pokemon that had the lowest base stats, and Wishiwashi has defeated it. So,
Oh yeah, it's 20, I think.
no, its base stats 175, but it's like everything's 20s. Like it's so bad. But you never really get just this guy. You get the
Swarm.
schooling form. Yeah. And that schooling form really raises it up by a ton. horrible speed, like 30 in its cooling, and 45. But like everything else is like 140, 130. But
Yeah.
again, just water. It's carried by its ability and its form.
It turns into like a prototype Waylord when it comes out. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it transformed. You underestimated its power, and it's gonna destroy you. Oh shit,
Yeah.
your Pokemon is faster,
Uh
and
huh.
water isn't that good anymore. So shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. So I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, C or D. I mean,
Yeah. Considering that it's very situational and depending on, so like by the time you
yeah.
bring out the swarm, it could still die in like one hit, or an opponent could switch to a Pokemon they could use an obliterate. I want to say D,
Yeah, I think you're.
honestly.
Yeah, I think you've convinced me. Yeah, D. It's not. Yeah. Now,
Yes.
Toxapex. I mean, this one was surprisingly quite a favorite for me in my playthroughs. It's
I
just,
love it.
I love it too. I mean, I
A
immediately.
poison water. Oh,
And the regenerator for its ability, and
yes.
the super high defenses, and the baneful bunker unique move. I mean, I absolutely love this thing. Uh,
Toxapex saved my life in the Elite Four, so it earns it because it restores a little health when it's withdrawn, if I
uh huh.
remember that right.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, come back, go get him,
Mm-hmm.
Cinder hold off
Oh,
that stupid
oh, I love
thing.
it. So I mean, I'm going S tier immediately. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean
I'm
it's.
not arguing.
I mean it's Toxapex. Okay, I really like ground type too, and boy, they fumbled on the ground type in this generation. I think
Oh yeah, there
Mudsdale.
aren't many ground types, are there? Is it just Mudsdale? No, there should be more.
No, I mean I think this is like one of the only pure grounds, but I mean it's Mudsdale.
It's not that good.
Yeah, it's just a dumb horse. Like attack's pretty good, but it's a horse. Why is it so slow? Like,
Because of that one. Uh, oh no, why am I blanking on who they're called? The Masters of the Islands. No,
oh,
why am
the
I blanking on their names? The Guardian.
Kahunas.
Kahunas. Thank you so much. Yeah, the I like how it's like Mudsdale goes up next to the child Kahuna. It's like, oh wow, I never seen you before. You're probably powerful, and then you just destroy it at every turn. It's like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
Yeah, it's
that's,
again wasted potential. I mean, they could have made this so much better. Uh, D, E.
maybe E.
I'm,
Honestly,
I'm good with
there
E.
wasn't much use for it.
Yeah, no. Okay, another bug, but not a super favorite of mine.
Not really a
Araquanid.
favorite of mine.
Pretty good special defense, which is good for water, and especially good for bug. But I mean, it's cool, I guess, but eh,
There's not much going
there's
for
not
it.
much. Yeah, I mean,
Its one noticeable theme was that in Moon, it's like the totem Pokemon you
uh
face
huh.
off, and it gave me trouble. So
Yeah,
there's that.
there's
I
that.
just
I
I
mean,
never got
we've
intended to like. I want to catch it.
yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, I want to catch it, and then as soon as I try him out, I'm like, oh well. And then we've got another water Pokemon, a water bug, coming up soon, and it's
Oh
yeah.
yes.
So I don't know. C,
Yeah,
D,
see,
C. Yeah, I
it
mean
has a
it's
nice type variation, but
yeah,
it's not terrible. It's just not good
yeah,
either.
yeah. I agree. Um, okay, I thought this was going to be a bug too, but I mean, that's part of the whole thing. So, Lurantis, uh, what do you think about it?
To be
Hmm.
honest, it was one of the Pokemon I never really paid attention to. Where it's like I finally get it evolved. I'm like, awesome, huzzah! What does it turn into? It turns into that. Okay, you didn't change your types at all. You look nice. I'm sure
Yeah.
Tumblr and Red are gonna have a field day with you,
Uh-huh.
but um, I never found a good use for it because it just stays a grass type, and it's
Hmm.
like you're not gonna convince me to switch my beloved Decidueye for this thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Yeah, forgettable for me. So,
exactly.
D, E.
I'm looking at the stats too. It's not even really special. So,
No.
my God, dear E, I don't mind which.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll go E. It's a grass. It's a monograss after all. Grass has so many weaknesses.
Is our meme going to be that Wishy Washy is going to be like the only good bad tier?
Could could be. Um. Okay,
Oh, well,
Shinotic.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah, Shinotic. Again, wasted potential for the
Like
Shinotic, I think.
raspberry.
Uh huh.
Oh,
And the stats are not great. Why? Again, these are all so slow. All these Pokemon.
oh, they're like glass cannons, and that was like
Hmm.
Gen 7 in a nutshell. They are all glass
Yeah.
cannons.
I mean, I think.
Um,
Does this get Spore? Yeah, it gets
I
Spore.
think so.
Yeah. Spore,
It-
Moonblast, Dream Eater, Strength Sap, Giga Drain. I mean, Ingrain. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad on the moves. It's just, it doesn't have the stats to back it up, is the thing.
yeah. The only thing that I think it would be good for, because I know it has Effect Spore, and it helped me out once, where it's
Hmm.
like, I think it was against the giant teddy bear. Why is this name escape? Beware. There it
Yeah,
is.
Beware.
It tackled this thing, and it's like, oh well, now it's poison. Like, oh okay, cool. You made it easier for me. Thank you, Meat Shield. You've
Yeah,
done well.
yeah. I mean, yeah, besides that, it's, again, just wasted potential. So,
Oh man, maybe I spoke to. Maybe it does belong in D.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is D tier. You good with
But
D?
your yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
your
mean,
best ability is, oh, let me take the bullet for you, so you
yeah,
can live
right.
at least one more turn.
Yeah.
Salazzle.
Salazzle.
Oh, you.
Yeah, Salazzle's so cool. Um, Still, to this day, I would have thought Corrosion would have been on more Pokemon. Still, the only Corrosion Pokemon. So, just
Wow.
the idea when this first was announced, and I said, "Oh, a poison Pokemon that can poison Steel Pokemon and poison Pokemon." Like, imagine you're like, "Oh, I got a poison Pokemon. I'm good." No, your poison Pokemon is poisoned. I mean, that's just it. And then you got fire added onto that too. I mean, it's crazy. And one of the fast Pokemon in this game.
My God, you're right. I'm just seeing the speed stat compared
Yeah.
for reference, everyone. I'm seeing like 15, 30, 70. Here comes Salazzle, 117.
And its other good stat, special attack. That's what you want for a poison and a fire Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing's so good.
And it does not fall for taunts either, so that's really good in the end game. Huh.
I think the only bad thing is, I think that gender ratio on that Salandit is so horrendous. It's so hard to get a Salazzle. Yeah, 12.5% to get a female.
Wow, I thought I just had really shitty luck when I tried to like get it because I remember I looked it up when I first got the game. I leveled up my Solanda to like 33 or something. I
Yeah.
was like, I feel like I should be evolving this. Is it a stone or something I have to use? And I was like, oh, it can only evolve if it's female at this specific level. Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
well, I could have sworn mine's a oh shit.
Yeah, 12% for that female. So I think that's the only downside. But for as good as it is, I mean, that makes sense. That's like the whole Magikarp Gyarados thing is, you got such a weak Pokemon to get such a strong Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm fine with like an A,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, I think A is fine. Yeah. Uh, Beware.
There you are, my boy.
Normal and fighting, odd combination. Uh,
I feel like the anime helps it a lot.
uh,
If one was to watch it.
yeah, I haven't seen the anime, so.
Oh, it's like it's James's new Pokemon, and
Hmm,
beware, it steals the show whenever it's on.
hmm,
Whenever it just shows up. I only know about it because of all the Twitter clips where like and YouTube comments like beware the best.
hmm.
But speaking from a game standpoint,
Yeah.
it yeah, it's got attack and it's brawny, but
Yeah.
it's another normal fighting type.
High HP, high attack. That's pretty good, but I mean, everything else. Uh, um, Fluffy, what does its ability do? Do you know?
Um, looking up Fluffy right now. Now, halves the damage taken for moves that make direct contact, but doubles that of fire type moves. So fire is basically a weakness for this thing, but
Uh,
it can have damage from like takedowns and tackles and such.
I mean, that's not too bad, honestly.
What is
I mean,
on?
sure, you get another weakness, but I mean,
Oh, and it stops other Pokemon from eating berries,
huh. Oh, yeah, for its other abilities.
and the Pokemon can't use any held on. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I'd say probably A or B for this guy. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm fine with B because
B,
it's like
B for
it, it
Beware.
it's a beefy boy. Yes, exactly.
Beefy, beefy Beware B. I agree.
Yes.
All right, Sarina. We kind of spoke a little bit about that with Lurantis, but
Exactly. And
Sarina's
she's
the
another grass type.
and the Gardevoir sort of uh, feminine aspect of this. There were a lot of feminine Pokemon in this game. I mean,
It's almost as if
Primarina
they're trying to change something on Twitter and Tumblr.
could be Lurantis, Tsarina, one of the Tapus, one of the Ultra Beasts. Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah.
She
Just grass, high
um,
attack, whatever. I mean,
she has two oh no, one ability that outclasses our other Lunatus there. Queenly Majesty.
yeah.
It pressures the opposing Pokemon, making it unable to attack using priority move.
Yeah.
Situational, very situational.
Yeah. I mean, how many priority moves are there? Quick attack, extreme speed. I mean, less than 10 for sure.
Good lord. Well, this is going terrible for them. Yeah. Maybe because of Queenly Majesty, we put it above Lunar Lorantis, and
Eh,
that's where it stays.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. What are you thinking? D, or you think maybe it'll be a high E? What do you think?
Maybe high E?
Okay, I'm good with that. I mean,
Like we should
grass.
put
Come
that
on.
over Lorantis. We should put her over that because at least she has like an ability.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll get to it when we get into them.
All right.
Okay, so speaking of grass, I thought this one was going to be grass for sure, or at least grass and fairy, but no,
Oh yeah, it's just fairy.
just fairy. Yeah, so weird. But
I never found a use for it. I
yeah,
don't know if you
same.
had anything.
No, it's clearly the Hawaiian gimmick, so I mean it's F tier, I think.
Yeah. I kind of agree. At least I remember the keychain Pokemon, not this.
Oh yeah, yeah, no.
I remember its name, and that's just speaks volumes. Like I remember when they did a keychain. You're
Klefki,
just yeah, that's
Klefki.
it.
Oranguru.
Yes, I'm actually a big fan of this guy.
Why so?
I know his stats suck, but I like him.
Yeah, stats aren't great, but um,
I remember what the ability was that
I think it's
oh,
in
that's right.
instruct his move. That's what I would always see those clips of amazing doubles where Oranguru would do instruct and would just copy the last move that was used. So it just gives you like double hyper beams, double, whatever, double swords dances.
Yeah, I only was able to pull that off a couple times. I remember using it for symbiosis, and that I was trying to remember what that name was, and it
Oh,
passes the item to an ally that used up an item. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
yeah. So I mean, pretty good doubles Pokemon, but I don't do a lot of doubles, so I'm whatever for him.
Yeah, I'm C tier. He's not
Yeah,
offensive.
that's
At
what I
least
was
he isn't.
thinking.
Yeah, at least he's a psychic, so you know.
Yeah, that's true. Passimian.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, really. The bad one. Man,
he only
DE.
has a good attack stat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not.
maybe he only is a fighter. Oh my lord.
I know they've really been doing fighting dirty these past couple. generations.
Yeah. And then there's Crabominable, where they just, hey, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
give it a dual type and make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon copies the abilities of a defeated ally. Wow, that's actually really good if Passimian can actually beat something in its life.
Yep.
What's Defiant? Boost the attacks sharply when its stats are lowered. Oh, well, that's situational. Oh, good
Mm-hmm.
lord. Oh, I'm fine with like E. One type and
Yeah.
it's very situational. Good lord.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's talk about the good bug
Yes, yes,
water.
yes,
So
yes.
Gliscopod, that I mean the one part I just love so much is when it's a Wimpod, its ability is called Wimp Out, where it runs due to fear. But when it's a Gliscopod, it's an emergency exit. It's a tactical withdrawal. He's not afraid. It's tactical. I love that. It's so funny.
It's great. And Guzma, like that was his
Oh
main
yeah.
Pokemon. You show us that's like, what is that? I
Mm-hmm.
want to have you.
Again, horrible speed. All these Pokemon, but great attack and defense. And I mean, come on, that I love him. I mean,
I love him too. He's very I wouldn't even say he's a glass cannon because at least his defense is somewhat good.
I think the
Um
only bad thing is if you try to set up with him, like you just can't set up because you can't do a couple sword stances because as soon as you're half health, you're getting swapped whether you like it or not.
yeah.
So I mean, I think that's the only negative thing I would say is
Maybe an A tier?
that. I mean,
Maybe?
that's what I was thinking was A because, and he looks great, but I mean, yeah, it's yeah. Who do we have
Nah.
next?
I believe it is our
Palo
stupid
Sand.
sandcastle.
Yeah, see, like I said, the grounds they've been doing them dirty.
Yep. Oh, it's a ghost. I used
Yeah.
as a kid, I thought like, oh man, a ghost ground would be so cool. And then you actually get one, and it's like, I can't do shit with you.
I mean,
What am I supposed to do?
the other Ghost Ground Go Lurk is so much better.
Oh, Golurk is great, but
Hmm.
very, very situational. But I only like Golurk because of his look and burly appearance.
Yeah. Um, I mean, it's got a unique ability with this water compaction. So, like, if it's hit by water, it raises its defense. But you gotta get hit with a water? Like, what?
Yeah, and it could die.
Yeah, come on. That's. Yeah, so I don't know. C, D, what are you thinking?
Um, oh my god, it's only 35 for speed.
They are just what they're doing with the speed this generation.
Good lord. And the only like defense and special attack, that's the save and grace, but
Still.
maybe maybe
Yeah,
D.
I'm fine with
Maybe.
D. I'm fine with D.
Be
Uh,
gone, Sandcastle.
God, Puku Muku. Now, if you want to talk about speed stats, five.
I
Five for
oh
the speed stats.
I have a confession. I never, ever, 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 aside from catching it, I never touched this thing.
Same here. I caught it, boxed it. I mean, it's just so horrible.
When attacking, the Pokemon ignores the target Pokemon's stat changes. Cool, if you only have the chance to do something with
Uh
it.
huh. Yeah.
Good lord. And it's just a base water, does nothing. Oh.
Pretty good defense stats, but what are you gonna do with those? So,
Sit there.
uh
It's
huh,
water pod.
uh
Meta
huh.
water. Meta water. There we go.
D, F. I
Um,
mean,
Oh, I'm thinking F.
F. Good,
F. I
good.
there's not much to go off of.
I agree.
Oh, but type Nolan
Yeah.
Silvally, yes.
So weirdly enough, I think they still consider this a legendary. It's such a
What?
such a strange thing that they've got this legendary, not just evolving that started this generation, but in the middle of the legendary is always at the end.
But, but it was made in a laboratory.
Uh, yeah, but they consider it a legendary type.
At least Mewtwo is like cloned from almost God. This thing is like it's a weapon. It's Shadow the Hedgehog.
I absolutely love Arceus, and this just being a knockoff. They tried to create an Arceus, but it's worse. I don't like it. I mean, its
Yeah,
ability is RKS system. I mean,
it's
clearly,
not one.
yeah, they're just it's a complete lesser Arceus.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not offensively. I'm actually more of a fan of just no. I think the look saves it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool, but yeah, the Silvally and friendship. You need friendship to level this up. Come on.
Yeah, it's it. By the time, and it sucks because in the game you don't get null for a long
Till
time.
like the very
You
end,
Yeah, and then
and
you have to level it up with friendship, and then you're like, okay, I did it, and then you waste all that time. It's like, oh, it's a normal type.
mhm,
Okay, what do I have to do? Well, you can make it hold this disc. It's like, oh, it makes you change your stat or your
your type,
type.
yeah,
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'll try it out. Then you have to look at your like super beefed up Incineroar with like
mhm,
better stats and everything. It's like, I will give it fire because maybe you don't know can learn something cool. Oh nope, it's dead.
yeah. I don't like how it's just a knockoff Arceus. I mean, yeah,
It
no,
has its practical uses, but they are so late in the game. I'm
mhm,
fine with like D because
yeah,
there's nothing to work with.
yeah. I think D's fair. Again, forgettable Minior. I mean,
I
it's
forgot this was a thing.
I know. Yeah, it's like gimmick in its basic form. I mean, you get a different core color and that's it. I mean, who cares?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
when it breaks its shield, then it's oh, who knows what color I have until I use it and it gets beat up a bit, and then I can see what color it is. I mean, eh,
I am not played against many people. I usually go up against the AI, probably like many people
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Just imagine you bring out this Pokemon and it's like, all right, I'm dependent on you so that if you get beat up, you're not going to be affected by burns or you're not going to get paralyzed. You might even be poisoned. Hell yeah, let's try that. The AI, they're not going to show mercy. They're going to go
Mm-hmm.
for the move that will destroy it in one go. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, goodbye. You tried by dying. Excellent. It has one gimmick. It's ground and oh no, rock and
Rock and flying,
flying.
which is worse than grounded flying. I mean, it's
Yeah.
rock's not a great type.
And flying is so exploitable. This typing is so exploitable.
I know it's. I don't know. E, what are you thinking?
Yeah, at least it has something to like work with. Like you can look at it and be like, we could do something with it. Whereas F is, what do you even do? Why
Yeah,
should we touch you?
yeah, exactly. Speaking of possibly another F, Komala.
I for the longest time thought that this was gonna evolve to like some
Yeah, really.
super giant koala. Ever played Crash Bandicoot 1 before?
Nope, not the first one.
Damn it! There's like this. Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger, his body, then imagine a koala for a head. That's pretty much a Crash One boss.
Mm, that sounds about right.
And I was like, I thought we were gonna get that, and I know, oh, Trevor had his expectations were subverted, but it's the fact that Koala has nothing. It's
That's
just a normal move.
and it's
Normal
just
type.
asleep all the time. Who cares? Like,
Oh wait, that's ability. Comatose. It's
yeah,
always drowsing. Will never wake. Oh my god.
I know how. I mean, again, there's something with this generation where they have so many single stage Pokemon and they're all gimmicks.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. So, what are you thinking? E, F?
Yeah, I'm thinking F. There's not
Sounds
much
good.
to do. At
Mm-hmm.
least when I said that, at least the E's have like an ability that may be of some use. Comatose is not something I would use.
Yep, I agree. Turtonator.
Oh my god! I just made an auto joke. Now to reach the Turtonator.
I mean, Fire Dragon, that's cool. It looks kind of cool. High defense,
There's
but
gonna be one that looks like a dragon. It's a dragon that I love so much more.
uh,
But doesn't really have anything, does it?
No, I mean I don't know. I was thinking maybe C or
Yeah, its stats look pretty
pretty all right,
decent.
yeah. And I mean it looks kind of cool and but
Yeah.
that's really about it. I mean,
At least you have at least the dragon will help buff. Oh no, fire will help buffer out any ice damage they try to throw it in. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah, but you know what? Yeah, not bad, but not
Not great.
great.
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
there.
Okay, Pikachu clone. Uh, Togedemaru. Yeah, I like Steel Pokemon, but this is
I never
just
found a use for it.
yeah.
This is like the Pukumuku where I didn't find any use for it. So if you managed to actually use this thing, I
Oh,
trust you infinitely more.
I did not. I mean,
Oh well, shit.
it's a Pikachu clone. Come on, and not even
Uh,
the good Pikachu clone in this generation. We're getting to that one next.
oh yeah, and it's. You think that electric steel would sound like really cool? Maybe it is because I haven't really used one before.
Yeah, it's all right, but its stats don't help its typing, and its moves don't help its typing. Like it
Oh,
learns zero steel moves by level up.
that is actually hot flaming garbage. Alright,
Uh huh.
destroy it,
Uh
kill it.
huh. E.
Yeah, at least has like a interesting
It can
typing.
do
I would love
something,
to see.
sure.
Yeah, you failed Magneton, you gross thing.
Uh-huh. Now the good Pikachu clone.
I love this thing.
Yeah, it's I didn't like it at first, but now, I mean, obviously you gotta love it. Fairy and Ghost, what a cool typing.
Yes.
What a cool concept. What a great ability with the disguise. Just tanks a hit. That's just a free what is it? Like silk
Substitute?
no, not substitute, like silk scarf is that no, not silk scarf. Focus sash. It's like a free focus sash.
Ah, yes.
So I mean it's I've seen a lot of you were speaking about that fear Rattata early on. I mean, you've got some real gimmicky type sets with Mimikyu too, with that sort of thing.
Yeah, I played it straightforward. Even on his own, Mimikyu's pretty good from what I've been able to remember from my time with him. He
Yeah,
he doesn't let me down as often as Crabbot first.
I agree. Yeah, I like them. I mean, I think A or B is pretty fair. What do you think?
I would honestly say A because he gets that free hit and it does nothing to you. So I
Yeah,
think A, pretty good.
I agree. Uh, I think this is my least favorite Pokemon in this generation. Bruxish.
Oh, I forgot you were a thing. You're
Yeah,
just ugly.
just a dumb, ugly water psychic Pokemon. Like it's just dumb.
It's not even that good, I
Nope.
think.
Nope.
Oh wow, it's stat. It's fast. It has slightly high attack, but
I mean, it's not even that. I mean, 92 for this generation is fast, but in the grand scheme, if it's not over like, what is it, 111, 110, then it's not really fast.
oh god, Mimikyu beats it out in speed. The
Yep.
stupid little ghost in a Pikachu disguise
Yep.
is faster than a psychic fish.
Yeah, I hate this thing. I mean, I want to go F tier. What do you think?
I'm looking at its abilities. Make status moves more likely to miss. Dazzling surprises the opposing Pokemon, making it unable to attack. Wow, that's the same thing as before. Gross. Strong Jaw. Strong Jaw boosts the power of its biting move. Why would you want to do biting when you have
Uh
psychic
huh.
moves?
Uh huh.
I agree with you. Throw in the garbage bin.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Drampa. So, I think you like this one.
I like this one.
Okay.
It's so derpy and from design standards. I would say it's an S tier, but I remember I don't use it often.
Okay. Is that your case that you're making for Drampa? Because I'm about to go off.
Oh yeah, because all I remember was Oh yeah, that's right. It was just a normal dragon. I just didn't have much use for him. I could be wrong though. Just depend because I didn't use him often. But what's your case?
Man, he looks so dumb. I mean, See, I never watched the Neverending Story when I was a kid, so that whole Falcor thing isn't working for me. And normal ghost, I mean, normal dragons, unique, that's cool, but man, and it's got a high special attack, cool, but it's so slow, so dumb looking. Just, I think, no, it's just dumb, dude. Like, I think its counterparts, the Turtonator, I'd rather pick that one. I mean, this grandpa's, a grandpa dragon? Come on. So dumb.
See your point.
I mean,
Honestly, I
if
never found a use for it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say if you like him so much, I would not put him above Turtonator. So I'd either put him lower in C or a D. I mean,
I was about to say C because
okay,
I never
fine.
like his look. By the way, have you ever watched Story 3?
Yeah, Toy Story 3. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Never Story 3. Yeah,
Oh no,
do
no.
you remember how? Oh, oh, good. I get to share you a fascinating story.
Okay.
They character assassinate for in that movie,
Hmm.
where Bastion is taken to the world of the book, and the villain is Jack Black, by the way, for that movie.
I did not know that.
So it's like the first two movies are like, oh, the nothingness and the emptiness, and then third movie, Jack Black leading a school gang who bullies kids. He wants to destroy the book. So passion goes in this book, and you remember how Falgor was like this? Oh, you're such a wise being. You're really nice. Yay! Never in Story 3. Oh boy, Bastion, we're in some trouble.
That sucks.
I remember watching that. We watched that in school, and I had like such strong memories of the first movie. And I saw Jack Black. I was like, "Hey, I know that guy from School of Rock." Then it just Russian. Oh, fuck this.
Yeah, no, I was never into those movies, so this especially, I don't like them. So yeah, I think C is pretty fair.
All
Um,
right. Meanwhile, the anchor.
oh my gosh, here's second favorite. I love this thing so much. Delmise. I mean, what a great name, Delmise. Oh my gosh, and it's ghost and grass. Sure, we've seen that before. I mean, we've seen that before, not just with this, but Pumpkaboo and Trevenant. But the Steelworker basically gives
Oh.
it a third type steel.
Wow. Okay, I never got to really experiment with Delmise. I admit it's cool and the name is badass as well. I just didn't really use him at all in the party, so
Oh, I use them all the time. And the ghost and grass, at first you're like, how does this make sense? But it's like dead algae possessing an anchor.
my God.
And it's green and its shiny is red, so it's red algae for its shiny. And the red
Oh.
also looks like it's like blood and stuff too. So great attack. Obviously bad speed. That's this generation. But I mean, it's got an equal amount of grass moves, ghost moves, and steel moves because it gets stab on all three.
That's actually really cool. You know
Yeah,
what? You're convincing me. He does sound really fucking cool.
he's so cool, so cool. I mean, I want to say yes. I mean, because I love him. What do you think?
When you have a third type, and I'm looking at yeah, oh really? Speed is the only bad thing. The rest of the stats are like doing pretty good. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe you in S. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay, I love him. And then I think this is the last non-legendary, mythical, non-ultra beast. So
A dragon and fighting
yeah,
type.
the pseudo-legendary Komo-o. Yeah, dragon
Put
and
that
fighter.
shit in S.
I mean, but are you sure? I mean, it's
Do it.
quad weak to
I
fairy.
know it. Weak. I didn't get shit.
I mean,
I know. I want to. My personal prep. Kamo is my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. I know it's weak, but I love him so
and
much.
why are his stats so middling? I mean, it's a real disservice. I mean, he should have been clearly he should have been a physical attacker. Why is his special attack 100? Like,
To quote one world champion Watkins, when a man and a woman love each other very much. They create Komodo, and his weakest status aside from speed is his HP, the walking Kleinen scale, and I use that move all the time. I know
See,
he's weak, but I love him.
I'm fine. I mean, initially I would have said A. I mean, because cool type combination. Yeah, it's got that quad weakness to fairy, but I mean, sure, you can overlook that. But I mean, ability's cool. He looks cool, and that's about it. I mean,
Yep.
so
Doesn't he have like a soundproof ability as well? What does soundproof do?
yeah,
It's
he's
been a
got
little bit.
it negates sound type moves, like sound based moves. But
Oh, that's right. Growl. Get fucked, Growl. Post game, Growl. You're not touching me.
and he's got bulletproof, so it also negates like bullet and bomb moves. So that's pretty cool. And even overcoat has that sort of negation stuff too. So overcoat stops, I think, hail. So I mean, his
Yeah.
abilities are pretty kind of niche, but still kind of cool. And then I think it's got a unique move too, right? Like clanging, yeah, clanging scales. But here's where they ruined it. It's a special move. And it's a
I
110
know.
power special move. Like,
Yeah.
and the user's defense goes down after the attack. Like, why? Why?
'Cause
Why?
he's a Kleinen boy.
Like, yeah. So that just made me say A even more. What do you think?
All right, you know what? Fine. I hear the weaknesses. I've always known he is a bit of a glass boy. I
Yeah.
love him. We will put him in A tier
Okay.
for the sake of compromise.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
That Channel overturn is looming over you, though. It's looming.
I know. I'm wondering what you're picking. Okay. Start with the Tapus, and of course the best for first, Tapu Koko.
Yes,
Yeah.
best one.
I mean, it's got to be an S tier. I mean, it's just. I think the
Yeah,
whole meta was ruled by Tapu Koko. That electric fairy and the speed. I think this is the fastest, one of the fastest Pokemon. 130 in this whole generation.
I think he is. Oh no, one beats him, but that's an ultra one. But
Yeah.
base game, oh, Tapu Koko
Yeah,
wins.
that Tapu Koko. I mean, just got to be S tier.
Yeah. I no complaints. I whenever I had the ability, the chance to go after the Tapu Pokemon, I was like,
Hmm.
give me that Koko. I loved him from the first second I saw him.
Plus, I don't remember what, because they all four got a terrain, and I know the electric terrain was the best, but they all had so many unique things that I forget what they all exactly do, but yeah, I
I
know
think it
the electric
was.
was the best.
I think one's like a psychic field, and there was like a
Yeah,
water
a
field. Maybe we're gonna
grassy.
find out soon
Yeah, we'll
enough.
find out. Yeah. Okay, next one is Tapu Lele. This had the psychic terrain, high special attack. I think this was like the second best of the Tapus.
Yeah, because you have psychic.
Yeah,
It's hard to beat psychic.
yeah, and there were some sort of situational things that you could do with it. I
I
mean,
didn't use Lily much though. I did not
yeah,
use her.
yeah, I didn't either. I mean, A or B. I mean, B.
Um, considering it has the same, like it loses in attack power in comparison to Tapu Koko, so but it boosts in defense. Maybe A tier because it's psychic. You can then
Mm-hmm.
have a psychic field. That's pretty useful
Mm-hmm.
in the situation. So maybe A. You know,
Okay.
I'm not fine.
Okay.
Pretty shining there.
Okay. I'll go A. Tapu Bulu. I think this one was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, no. This was the easiest Tapu that I've actually had to restart the game quite a few times because I kept killing it by accident.
Huh. I mean, yeah, I don't know. High attack, but that grassy field, I don't think's really that good.
Nope.
Uh,
Maybe C.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. C.
And like the at least the other stats are kind of nice, but it's just that typing.
Yeah, that grass, boy.
Fuck
Uh,
grass. That's the message, everyone. We're
huh.
people on YouTube. Grass is our mortal enemy.
It's grass. It's just so many weaknesses. And then Tapu Fini, water fairy with the misty terrain, the water terrain. High defenses, that's kind of cool, but
I actually used Feeny, and
okay.
maybe someone will debate me on this. Maybe they found like an extraordinary use for her. But my God, I already had my water slot filled. So, sometimes if I just wanted a legendary thrown in there, I would just do it, but I never really liked using her. But she's good. She's not terrible. I maybe B tier because the field
That's
still helps.
yeah, that's what it was sounding like to me. Was probably a B. I'd agree
Her,
with you there.
her mere presence makes it so that you don't have to waste a turn using Rain Dance.
Yeah, I guess. Um, okay, Solgaleo
Oh, oh,
and Lunala.
oh, oh,
So,
oh, oh, oh,
which
oh.
which version did you primarily use?
All right, everyone. It's time for the nuclear take.
Uh
I fucking love Solgaleo. I think Lunala sucks ass. I hated using Lunala.
oh.
I
Wow.
hated it.
Okay, I'm the complete opposite. So let's hear why Solgaleo so good.
So, I love Steel. I know it's weak to
I do
fire,
too.
but I
Yeah.
I loved the typing of a Psychic Steel Pokemon. And Solgaleo, I know it's cheap to say this, but my god, I used him so much and he helped so much in the post game and just to get through the Elite Four. I am perfectly fine. He was one of my favorites. He was one of my mains. Meanwhile, come Ultramoon. Have you played Ultramoon by chance?
Of course.
All right. Maybe you had a different experience, but for me, whenever I brought out Lunala against like any of the Ultra Beasts, or even just some of the post game trainers, they had the Pokemon that was perfectly powerful enough and specific enough to murder Lunala. So like every time I want to use her, she just dies. I'm like, well, time to use the revives. Go get him, Buzzwole. Maybe you have a different experience. That's just mine. I like Solgaleo more.
Yeah, no, I like Lunala a lot more. Psychic and Ghost is pretty cool. It's got those weaknesses, sure, but I mean, I just like it more. It looks better. It's cooler. My big thing with Solgaleo is I love the Steel type. So yeah, and I would have thought it's the Sun Pokemon. So why wouldn't it be Fire type? But being Steel makes sense because the Sun's made of metals or whatever. Um, but what I don't like is it's Psychic and Steel, just like Metagross, and its ability, Full Metal Body, makes it so that stat changing moves don't affect him, just like Clear Body that Metagross has. So this is just a beefed up Metagross.
Huh, I never really thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, what's special about this? Nothing. It's just a beefed up, like literally, it's just a better stat Metagross. That's it.
Maybe I'm biased because he's a lion and I'm a tiger, and
Yeah, could be, but and yeah, his design, he looks cool. I love him. He looks really cool. But it what makes him different from a Metagross? Stats. That's it. Just better stats. That's it. And not even
Hmm.
better stats. Just higher stats.
I don't see a Metagross in here though. Or shall commence. Um.
I mean, I would obviously probably put them both in A, but my bias would be to put Lunala above him. But I mean, that's me.
um. Hmm.
Because not my favorite box legendaries. I mean, both psychic just for some weird reason. I mean, this easily could have been like Ghost and Ice. That would have made more sense for the Moon. And this could have been Steel and Fire. That would have made more sense for the Sun. But why do they both have to be psychic? Just because Cosmog and Cosmo?
Yeah, cosmic beings just use psychic with telepathy. I feel like they watched X-Men a lot when they were designing these.
Plus, I think maybe they didn't want to confuse everything when they finally fused him with Necrozma. And he's also psychic type. So they're like, oh, let's make it
Oh,
easier for us. I mean,
true. I just looked at Lunala's ability. I forgot what it was. It's like reduces the amount of damage the Pokemon takes while its HP is full. Like,
mm. pretty strong start. Whole lot
Yeah,
better
it's
than just clear body.
Oh, all right. How about this? What if we compromise? Because I love one and don't like the other, and it's the same for you.
Mm-hmm.
What if we put them both in A tier? Because they do have their uses. I mean,
Yeah.
Clone Metagross, in your eyes, it's still good.
Yeah, Metagross is
So
good. Yeah, so yeah, I agree.
no, I will admit. All right. So with that being said, Lunala can go above. So
Okay, I'm only saying it because of the uniqueness of Lunala. That's all I'm saying.
Cosmic Wing, fucking Lion Mane beats out Lion Mane fucking
Okay, Ultra Beasts, Ultra Beasts. So
Jelly Man.
before we get into them, how do you feel about the Ultra Beasts? Because they're kind of some people love them, some people hate them. How do you feel about them just in general?
Oh, really? People hate them? I actually love them.
Oh, I love them too.
Yay. My reason is like I think the big hate. If I'm just trying to hypothesize here or hypothesize, I can speak English. I feel like maybe people hate them because like they do only show up at the very end, and I think from my experience, they're glass cannons, so maybe people got them and they just threw them against like the wrong Pokemon. Maybe they just lost it all
And you're wrong
against
on
it.
both accounts. That's not the major points on why people don't like them.
Oh, shit! All right, what is it by chance?
So they hate that they don't look like Pokemon. Like they're like, what is this
What
supposed to be? Like they use Buzzwole as a main point. They say, what even is this? This
do
isn't a
you
Pokemon.
mean?
And that's the thing. The lore, they're not Pokemon. They're from different dimensions. They're not supposed to look like Pokemon. They're supposed
They're
to be
so
weird. Yeah.
yeah, they're so uniquely designed. They look infinitely better than everything we have at E and F, and people like those.
Uh huh. And then a lot of other people, yeah, the stats are one thing, and it's not really like glass cannony. I mean, it just goes that way because their stats are so strong in certain points, and their beast boost ability. They all have that same ability, where when they KO an opponent, it like increases their main stat. And I think people just who go up against them say, "Hey, that's way too cheap. Like they're way too over tuned, and they look horrible, and it's just not fair." I think
Your
that's.
argument's invalid. We have
Yeah,
Buzzwoles.
I agree. I agree with you on all those points. I love them. I love them all. Um,
Yes.
Rock and Poison. I think it's a pretty unique typing. So Nihilego is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. I like it. You're gonna hear that a lot from me. Like with you, I love all the Ultra Beasts. They're
I do.
cool.
Honestly, though, I think this one might be one of my least favorites. I mean, how it looks so
Um,
much like Lily. I mean, it makes sense for the story, but like, I just can't get that
I
out of my mind. You know?
I was about to say, can we add points for catharsis since we technically get to murder Lily and she's attached to this thing?
Yeah, nah. I don't
I
know.
hated that mom so
I
much
know
leading
she
up
was
to the
horrible.
party. It's
She
like, all
was.
right, she's attached. Wait, I get to electrocute her. Hell yeah! And then the post game's like, oh, I'm sorry, my child. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. You're done. Out.
You know, I think one probably negative thing for this is its lowest stat is defense, and it's got a 4 times weakness to ground, which is primarily an attacking. So a good earthquake is just gonna knock this thing out pretty quick.
Speaking of which, do you hear any of the background right now?
No.
Okay, good. So there is actually a nice big old storm happening.
Ah.
Like the entire outside is enshrouded in like a rainy. Oh, it's like rain mixed with fog. It is pretty intense. So if I die at any moment, if I cut out, then just know that's why. If I lose power, then I'll join in as soon as I can. But
Okay.
just heads up.
Okay, you're good. Um, yeah, no, I mean this one's my least favorite, so I don't know. C, what are you thinking?
Yeah, the typing is there. Cathartic points. Yeah, I never found use for so yeah. C's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
It has its uses,
Yeah.
I bet for some people, just not for me. But
Yeah.
it's not bad.
I agree. Okay.
Get to kill the main villain.
I'll pull these two up because they're kind of like, opposites. They're kind of like a couple. So both bug and fighting. I'm so glad we got another bug and fighting. I love Heracross. Um, Buzzwole, high attack and defense, like pretty awesome. Low on special defense, which isn't good for the obvious psychic and fire weakness, but and especially that flying weakness. Gosh, but I really like it. I really like Buzzwole. I
Yep.
I love his goofy, dumb look to him.
Yeah.
Um,
Bug Broly.
so I'd want to say A or S for him. What do you think?
He's an S. He's my
S.
second favorite,
I'm fine
right
with
behind
that.
Kumo.
Fine with that.
Yes.
And then Pheromosa, like I think this is the most glass cannon of any Pokemon like ever. I mean, it's horrible. 37 on both defenses, but it's so incredibly fast. It's a mixed attacker, which isn't great, but it's just glass cannon. So I mean, I kind of respect it. So I'd also say S or A. What do you think?
I like what you're saying. I think S as well.
Okay,
It's just nice
obviously,
to have that understood.
right. And I mean, I'd say Pheromosa's lesser to Buzzwole, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Buzzwoles look a little.
yeah. Okay, Xurkitree.
Ugh.
I like him too. That special attack is just wacky. 173. That's just bananas, dude.
Yeah, I think I loved using him, but his big downside is that compared to the other Ultra Beasts, he only has that one type of electric,
Yeah, I
so it
know. Yeah.
can be exploited
Yeah,
easily.
I honestly had thought he would have been steel, with the wires, or
Oh,
maybe dark with just how he looks. But I mean, yeah, that's what I was really thinking was electric and steel or electric and dark. But no,
oh, electric and dark would be so
it
cool.
would be. But no, this is what we got. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
B, A,
Yeah, I think B because
B,
unlike where we respect the glass cannon, it's like
yeah.
that is the trait. You play that at your own risk and you
Mm-hmm,
fully accept the consequences.
mm-hmm,
Meanwhile, with our little friend, our little wiry friend Circuitry,
mm-hmm.
you throw it out there and it's like bring it on.
Yeah.
I have only electric moves where I had bug and fighting moves before.
And I mean, he's gonna hit you hard with those electric moves, but that's it. So.
Yeah. If you're in a one-on-one, like you knock out one Pokemon, it's like I've done it, and then
Yeah.
they send out Dugtrio. I was like, well, goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll bring these two next to each other because they're kind of a pair too. Celesteela and Kartana. I love Steel. You love Steel. I love these so much.
I like him too. I'm kind of biased towards Celesteela because just design-wise,
I agree. It's
um,
so huge.
I love it.
I love it too. And Steel and Flying is such an amazing typing.
I
And
love it.
its stats are even, which is fantastic. Like super good defenses and everything else. Honestly, I think Celesteela is probably the best or my favorite Ultra Beast.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not. I have no complaints against him. I would argue S tier.
Yeah, S tier, yeah.
He's just very solid to use. No real weaknesses. Well, unless you have the weaknesses, of course. But
Sure, sure. And then Kartana's kind of like the same story with Xurkitree. Such a high attack and like that's it.
yeah, and then you have
Such a glass cannon.
it. Yeah, well, it's like we're with Xurkitree. Well, no, Blasted, not Xurkitree. With Pheromosa, you
Mm-hmm.
know, at least it's a glass cannon with respectable types. Then you get this little thing, this
Yeah,
little shuriken,
yeah.
and it's like, what are your types again? Oh, grass and steel. And it's like, so you die in one hit if Charmander
Fire,
uses an
yeah,
ember.
yeah. But the thing is, this is pretty decently fast. I mean, it's still 109, so it's still like a couple points below actually being able to outspeed a lot of stuff. But I mean, if you can get like a good baton pass for some sort of speed increase, or you can get something fast with this guy, he will just completely steamroll everything with that high attack stat. I kind of respect it. Again, grass isn't great, but I really like it. I'd say A maybe.
You know what? Yeah, you convinced me. Let's throw him an A.
Okay. Uh, Guzzlord.
I love this thing.
Such a weird thing.
I love it.
It's shiny. I love it. It's just all white.
Oh, really? I never saw it shiny,
Oh
so
yeah. Oh,
I'm
I've
gonna
got
look it up
all
later.
these shinies are so great. Like Xurkitree, instead of being the black, it's blue, and yeah, I love all these shinies.
I never thought that by looking at it, I would think like, oh, maybe it's like a dark and ghost type Pokemon. No, it's a dark dragon.
Yeah, I know. And in my opinion, a whole lot better Dark and Ghost than Hydreigon, because that thing's again a mixed attacker. So horrible. This thing, kind of still a mixed attacker, but that HP stat's insane.
It's like the highest, isn't it? Like the whole
I
generation. I'm pretty
oh yeah, the
sure.
whole generation. Yeah.
Oh, 223 yet.
Hmm.
He's a beefy boy. You can definitely exploit his weakness, but that's like situational. Dark and Dragon's kind of hard to combat.
Yeah. Well, unless you got a Jigglypuff, but because that quad
Oh,
weakness to Fairy, but
well, I mean, if you use Jigglypuff, then I lose some respect for everyone.
sure, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want to say A or B. I mean, because he's
I'm gonna say A. He's
okay.
such a beefy boy, and I love him.
Okay. Next,
Oh,
Necrozma. So kind of an Ultra Beast, kind of not.
I have such a bias towards him because I am Ultra Moon. The build up to this thing was amazing. I
Oh,
loved it.
yeah.
And have you ever seen tournament montages, Pokemon Battle Royales?
No.
Oh, he tournament montage, and this is just for everyone at this point. They should open up a new tab immediately on YouTube and type in tournament montage Pokemon Battle Royales. He did a normal one. He did one with the legendaries and babies and
Huh.
the Gigantamax. It's a lot of fun. Very high, um, very fast edited, but it's so good. Uh, Necrozma won the legendary battle royale, and just watching him sweep to fucking Arceus himself, and I won't spoil the ending of who
Okay.
won that one,
Yeah,
but it's
don't.
like, Necrozma's like, you convinced me. I want to play Ultramoon just for you now. Then I played Ultramoon, and I was like, yo, I really like him, and he gets those like combined forms with Solgaleo and Lunala. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
And
I'm biased.
that Ultra Necrozma, I think to this day is still one of the hardest fights in Pokemon. I mean,
Yep.
honestly, that thing was so crazy. Psychic and Dragon it was. That's so weird.
Oh,
But yeah, that thing was bonkers. I really like him. I mean, obviously, S or A, what do you think?
I want to say S.
Yeah,
It's like one of those end Pokemon that live up to everything, like to every
hmm
possible standard that I could have.
yeah, I agree with you.
Look, it's awesome. It's good.
Okay, we're getting into the mythicals. Magearna.
Ah,
Yeah.
you.
Steel and Fairy, that's a good typing, but that's.
It's like the stats are really good for what it's offering in comparison to most.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Steel Fairy is nice. I just never really used her, unfortunately, so I don't have much of an opinion on her.
yeah.
So I would say she's alright, pretty
See?
good. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with you. Marshadow, though, I mean, fighting in Ghost.
I've always wanted that kind of type in for years. I'm
I
so
know.
glad that Marshadow had it.
Oh, me too. Great speed, great attack. That's what you need for a fighting in Ghost.
Exactly.
And Technician for its ability. Stop.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's so great. I love it. Um, A or S? What do you think? I mean, maybe not
Hmm.
S, but
Yeah, I'm thinking
A.
A. A is fine. Oh, the storm has calmed down a little. Excellent. I should live.
Good. Naganadel.
I like it quite a bit. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think my one disappointing thing was I shiny hunted for that Poiple, and when I got it, instead of being like the purple and like blue or whatever, it was like white and yellow. And I loved it. And then as soon as I evolved it into Naganadel, it took the white away and it became like yellow and black. So it looked more like a bee. And I'm like, no, like that white was so good. Like,
Oh.
why does he look like a bee? Like
Oh.
but that's
Well, that is a shame.
yeah, that's my one thing. I mean, his stats are pretty middling too, but
Yeah, the biggest one is that's special attack and
special attack,
speed, right?
yeah, special
Yeah.
attack and speed. I mean, that's pretty good, but I mean, poison and dragon, that's it saves you that fairy weakness, but I mean, it gives you a dragon, ice, psychic, and ground weakness. That's
Yeah, not the best, but
I'd
you know,
say,
even with the it was one of those Pokemon where I did not mind the weaknesses. So, but yeah, if you threw it in B, I would not complain.
yeah, I was thinking B. Yeah,
Poison Dragon. No, it's such a cool type in with
and
oh,
still, I think Dragalge is probably cooler for that poison dragon type. I mean, heck,
oh
even
yes.
Eternatus is poison dragon, so that's
Yes.
okay. So these two I also shiny hunted for a long time. I mean, I really spent time for Stack Attack. I really like. I mean, the only bad thing, Rock and Steel. I remember when this was first shown, and everyone's like, "Please, Ground and Steel, please." No, Rock and Steel.
I'm so tired of the rock and steel
I,
like combinations. Like even in when in Gen 2, that's where it all began for me. Cause like, oh wow, a steel type. What's it? It has it's another type. It's steel or rock or ground. It's like that does nothing for me.
I mean, that Ground and Steel, such a great type combination. But this Rock and Steel, you now have a 4 times weakness to fighting and ground.
You mean fine? I mean, it's pretty fast. It has four
No,
legs, right? No.
no. 13 speed. And its defense is so high, but to what? Two of the strongest, hardest attack hitting types fighting and ground? Like, that rock, really, if they would have made it ground, it would have been so much better. Um, its shiny's pretty cool. It's all golden. That's great. But I love them so much, but that rock is the only bad thing in my opinion. So I'd want to say A or B. I mean,
I'm fine with B
okay,
because that low speed is it's just asking for it. It's like
sure.
if you like made Big Father from the One Piece story. Like if you took Big Father and you made that into a Pokemon, it's like it doesn't move. Cool. What's its weakness? Punches.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, Blacephalon. This one's cool though.
Yeah, Fire and Ghost I like a lot.
And its shiny's blue, so all this white is a real deep blue. It looks so cool.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Again, weird being a special attacker. I mean, a mixed attacker. It's attack and special attacker. Its highest. It should have just focused on special. Um, kind of a glass cannon, and I'm looking for its signature move, Mind Blown. It's a fire move. Um, it attacks everything around it, causing its head to explode. So 150 fire damage, which is great. 100 accuracy, really, really good. But it also
Yeah.
damages the user by
Curses.
yeah. So I mean, it's like a fire type explosion, but it's not going to KO you. It just does quite a bit of damage, and on
So an
such a
elect
feeble Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's an electrode, but it's a clown.
yeah. It's yeah like a little firecracker thing. Yeah,
I even looked up the classification. A fireworks Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
I was set on like Disco Clown, but okay.
Yeah, like a firecracker.
I, I love its look, but man,
I'd probably say also B. I mean,
yeah, I like to keep my Pokemon alive at all times.
yeah,
I'm not a fan of moves that blow you up.
yeah, I agree. Okay, Zeraora.
Oh boy.
So again, they, I don't know what's up with Game Freak and just having mono electric type Pokemon, but clearly when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get our first electric fighting type. Nope,
No lies.
just electric. Like,
Makes no fucking sense. Stop it.
yeah,
At least, like, I think their mindset is we're gonna make like a badass epic Pikachu because everyone loves Pikachu. Then we're gonna show it to the world, and it's gonna be mythical, guys. It's a mythical badass Pikachu. It's like, oh boy, what is that? Well, you all love Pikachu, right? Yeah, it's gonna be electric. What?
yeah. I mean, and still, I'm looking at its ability. Volt Absorb. It just absorbs electric moves and heals it. Like,
Why
who?
would you send out the
Yeah,
Pokemon to electrocute an electric Pokemon?
yeah. Who's throwing out electric moves? Come on, that's horrible, horrible ability.
This
Um,
might be the first mythical that goes down to the very bottom.
I mean, no doubt about it. It looks really cool, and its shiny is really cool. All the yellow is white, so I love that. But yeah, besides that, it's just not.
I would honestly maybe throw it in because I think its best saving grace is that at least its stats are nice.
Yeah. So you saying D?
Yeah, D or E, that's completely fine.
I think D is probably pretty fair. And then last one, I think technically this isn't in any generation, but it came out around this time, so I think
Yeah,
most
I
people.
never got to get this one, even with like certain cheats, legal cheats, by the way. I don't think I ever got this one.
Really, boy, I killed myself playing Pokemon Go, getting this thing. I mean, I had barely ever played Pokemon Go before, and I went, oh, there's finally a Go exclusive Pokemon. I have to get it now. And so, and I even had to buy, like, Let's Go Pikachu just to transfer this thing. So, um,
Like, I like the story behind it. I like its design. It's like kind of looks like one of the Reggie Pokemon, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, it does. Um,
Iron Fist. What is that aside from being a terrible MCU show? Powers up punching moves.
hmm I mean, it's got a couple though, doesn't it?
Bullet Punch, Comet Punch, Dizzy Punch, Double Iron Bash, Drain
Yeah.
Punch, Dynamic Punch. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. And his stats aren't that bad either. I mean, high HP attack, defense, pretty good. I mean, speed's horribly low, but whatever. And it's mono steel, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not as exploitable as Electric.
I think the only bad thing is how rare and how hard it is to get this thing. I mean,
Yeah,
because you have to play
maybe
Pokemon Go.
gross.
I know.
Maybe C? Maybe?
I was thinking B.
Oh shit. All right.
I mean, it's a steel. It's got pretty good stats.
I know, and this is coming from the steel lover too, so it's hard.
hmm Focus on punches, and you should be good. And it also has a unique Gigantamax. No, Dynamax. Wait,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Dynamax. It's got a unique Dynamax form too.
God damn it, Throne and Bailey says that going for it.
Yay.
Curses foiled again.
Okay, so here is what we have for our initial ranking. But yeah, like I was saying before, what I do for all my videos is I go through each section and categorize them by the best in the tier being on the left and the worst being on the right. For example, like E plus, E minus, C plus, C minus, whatever. So, hey, let's start in F tier. You want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
I mean, which I guess let's just start on like The best? You just want to start on which one of these you think are the best?
I think the best one. Oh god, that's
Ah,
actually really hard.
these are all so
It's
bad.
like trying to pick out what your favorite turd is.
Uh-huh.
Um
Okay, let's go with the worst then.
uh all right, so I'm actually kind of torn. If we're going to do the worst, I'm trapped between Crabominable because of its horrible use
Mm-hmm.
or Pukumuku because it's just a thing. However, there's then the stupid koala that just goes comatose all the time.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I think we've got those, and these we could probably say are better. Um,
Yes, at least at least they can do things.
okay, maybe. Yeah, it's not a grass type, but that fairy's not too bad. So maybe
Yes.
comfy being at the beginning,
That's fine, and the psychic water could help out a
I
lot.
suppose, even though it looks horrible.
Yeah, and it's that's there we go.
Potions.
Yes.
And then I guess Kamala.
Yeah, if you prefer comatose over just water Pokemon,
And then I think probably, how do you feel about this?
that's honestly fine because like I feel like I could use I could use the little shrimp down there.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, with Crabominable,
it's
every
just,
time
uh-huh.
it's like if you have a child, you take it out to a sports game, you go to all the school events, and it's like, come on, Crabominable, this is your time. We trained for like years for this. And I know you said you were hesitant on the sport. You can do it. You just need to go out on that basketball court and just do your best, all right? He goes out on the basketball court. He trips. He falls. His legs shatter on
Yeah,
like the first trip,
leg
and it's
shatter.
like,
Yep.
okay, the first time wasn't good. Maybe it wasn't your round. All right, let's try a different tactic. You then try it again. And it's like, okay, golf. You're really good at this, son. Then you take it out, and then Crabominable just like misses, and then it gets like it's just so exploitable. You
Shatters
don't get
its
a
legs
chance to
again.
use it.
It's so bad. It's so so bad. Yeah, I think
It's like oh
definitely,
damn it. It's
definitely the
like if
worst.
you it's like if you came across a Yeti and it's like, oh my god, such a majestic creature, an ancient creature, lost to time. What great knowledge and techniques do you have to offer to us humanity that is advanced far in the future? And he just goes, and then it blows up. It's like,
Uh
what
huh.
was that?
Yeah, I think you're about right. I absolutely hate this thing.
Abominable!
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at E tier now. Man, these really aren't much better either.
Maybe if we're going from worse, maybe, maybe Mudsdale or the bird. Maybe
Okay. Yeah, we'll grab these for
because
the
like
bottom.
at least the grass types, at least they have like abilities slightly that can
Sure.
help out. Meanwhile, with Mudsdale and the toucan, they're just like, well,
Mm-hmm.
one's just ground, the other is your standard Pidgeot that loses points because it lost its awesome second form.
And I would probably say Passimian and Minior are probably down here too.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
then these
yes.
three are probably the better.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one's the best out of these three?
The middle one, I
Sarina,
think.
probably. Yeah, I'd
At
probably
least she
put.
has like three abilities that could help out, and
Yeah.
then
High attack too.
Laurent, yeah,
Mm,
Laurentis right below her, maybe.
okay.
And
Okay. Sure.
then
And then
the
Togedemaru. Yeah.
yeah, the only saving grace is electric and steel.
Yeah. That's the only thing. Um. I mean, I want to say Minior, even though he's gimmicky. I mean,
At least it's a gimmick. At least
yeah.
it's something
Yeah.
to work off of.
And then this
Um,
thing.
yeah, same
Yeah.
thing, I guess, for Persimmon.
And then I feel like I want to put this one next.
That's fine
Yeah.
because at least it could fly, you know?
Yeah. At least it's got two types. Um.
Motherfucking boots do. Ugh.
Okay, D tier.
Oh god. No, it's still not doing better for me.
I feel just right off the bat, I feel like these two definitely should be towards the top.
Yes, that's fine.
Because, I mean, it's, we got a mythical and a legendary in there. But which
Which one's
one?
better? Oh god. Okay, all right. So I know we spent a good amount of time bashing Silverly and Null, but maybe it should deserve to be the top
That's
because
what I
at
was. It,
at the bare minimum you can change its
that's what I was.
typing. I mean,
At least it's not just stuck being a dumb electric. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
And then Zero Aura. Um, boy.
Want to say wishy-washy. I want to say at least he could be a swarm. Maybe you
Yeah,
prepare for that?
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. And then I
He's a
feel like I
be
want to say Shinotic because at least you got Spore. I mean, not a lot of Pokemon get
Yeah.
a Spore.
Yeah, that's fine. And then just
And then
an impressive castle.
Sandcastle.
I think if I built a castle as a kid, then I'd go to a competition that just looks at like this one kid. He built Statue of Liberty. He looks at my cat. It's just like three mounds that
It's
look like boobs, and it's like, wow, you suck.
huh. Yeah. Okay. Boy, the
Fuck.
C tier has the most. I know.
Hey.
I guess let's look at. I guess let's look at bottom ones. Um,
Maybe. No, maybe arachnoid? Maybe?
yeah, I was thinking Arachnid. Probably these two dragons,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
maybe Oranguru,
Yeah.
and maybe even Lycanroc more towards the
Yeah, yeah,
middle.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because those are just like the
Yeah,
regulars, and the
these
rest are like mythicals and
yeah,
your
legendaries,
starters.
mythicals, and starters. Um, okay, are any of these better than the starters? I mean, probably not this one. You think this one's better than the starters?
Mm, oh, damn it. Because I don't think so.
What
Not with
about
the time.
what about this? What do you think about this? One, two, three.
You know what? Yeah,
Okay.
that feels right.
That's yeah. Because I'm fine with him being up here. Yeah, he's got his uses. He's pretty decent, and you like him so. And then I feel like this is still an Ultra Beast, still pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the Water Starter, Primarina.
Yeah. And then has the nice fairy boost at the end.
Yeah, and then probably Bulu,
Yes.
and then, or do
Yes.
you think any of these are better than Magearna?
Ah.
Because now I'm like, is Magearna better than all these?
Well, I don't know if it's better than all. Maybe. I don't want to say like it, Rock. Maybe our little torch dragon down there. Maybe.
Or two dragons?
Don't know about drop, but
Okay, this.
yeah, that looks better. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, what are you thinking? Lycanroc?
Yeah, like in rock
Okay.
sounds good.
And then probably Oranguru. Because
Yeah,
he's
and then
pretty good in
you
doubles. I mean,
Yeah, and you have a disdain for Drampa, whereas I don't really use Arachnoid, so one of us hates one, so we can put Arachnoid next and throw
okay.
Drampa at the bottom.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I think C tier looks pretty good.
My poor derpy dragon.
He's so. um. Okay, B tier. Um. I immediately would like to say I think Oricorio probably at the bottom.
Mm, yeah, in comparison.
Yeah.
The best thing, I think the argument was that at least you could have, like,
The
what form you
the different forms.
want.
Yeah.
But its stats in comparison to what it's up against.
Hmm. And then I think probably Decidueye is probably down here too compared to all these. I mean,
I don't know about second from the bottom, but we'll find out soon
well, yeah,
enough.
I'd say towards the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I'd say maybe even I don't know. Beware's pretty good though.
Where's nice? Maybe Electivire near the top? Or Zucatry. Wow,
Zergatry,
wow, I'm
yeah.
getting my names mixed up. Holy.
Sure, yeah, I think Zergatry is fair being down there. And then maybe Finny being down here too.
um,
Or
although,
Ganadel.
what about our fortress friend?
Oh
Oh
yeah. I'd
no.
say he's probably middle. I mean, I'd be fine with him being in the middle here.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so what are we saying are like the tops?
I don't know anything about Melmetal, so I will trust your judgment.
He's
Maybe Beware and
he's
our
probably middle.
poison. Maybe our poison dragon at the top. Maybe.
I probably feel more comfortable with Beware, and
Okay, you
then
know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. In
Metal.
comparison, yeah.
Um,
Tapu Fini, I think maybe the third one,
okay, and then
just
I'd
because of the water field.
right, and then I'd probably say
At least
Blacephalon.
if it loses, you can make it explode.
That's true.
Whereas Big Father over there can't do shit.
And then Malmetal, and then Stakateka.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take your word for it.
Okay. Um,
Circuitry.
I mean, he's an
It
Ultra Beast.
loses. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, because Decidueye is still pretty close to these others, which I think is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, and with
I mean,
circuitry,
he
it has that just sheer
yeah,
power.
that sheer special attack power. And he just it's all electric, but still,
You can still somewhat control it, whereas
yeah,
everything down below, you can't
yeah.
control
No,
them.
it's so you good with B?
I'm a-okay.
Okay. Here's where it starts getting
Man, that
tough.
shadow overturn is just looming there, isn't it? I
Uh,
wonder what it could be for.
I'm wondering. Okay, A tier. Boy.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay, okay. How about this? Out of everyone in A tier, who looks the most unimpressive? Who looks the most out of their league? Because I want to say it's our little Cartana, maybe Mimikyu in comparison.
You say,
I don't know because Gossipot's right there.
yeah, glissopods. Uh, yeah, I'd probably be fine with these being down towards the bottom.
The Lazel's pretty
Yeah, it's
good,
still pretty good. Yeah,
honestly.
still pretty good.
Um, maybe okay, maybe at the next to the bottom. Yeah, maybe our little psychic Tapu
Yeah,
there.
that's
Maybe
what I
she
was
could
thinking
go.
down here. And then maybe even this guy war down here too. Yeah,
And then
these are probably top ones, right?
yes, these would work.
But the
Hmm.
best out of these, probably not him because we went through his weaknesses.
Yeah. Fortunately, my boy.
I'd say one of these four.
God damn, I almost want to say Guzzler or
Yeah,
Salazzle's top boy.
I kind of want to say Salazzle still. I mean, being able to
She's
poison
pretty good.
and fast and special attack and fire. I mean, yeah, I think. And then Guzzlord, you good with that?
Yeah, Dark Dragon for the win.
Yeah. And then we just want to
No.
scoot these two down.
Yeah, they're a pair.
Yeah.
Given what we've went through.
And then
Yeah.
Komodo. And then
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
yeah. The unique type in. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I like that. I like that.
And then I'm thinking either Lele or
I
maybe
almost want to say Mimikyu. I
yeah. I was
almost want to
thinking
say Mimikyu.
yeah. I think Miku's fair. And I feel like I'm sorry. I think this guy's got to be at the end.
Just in comparison
Yeah, I think
to
so.
the other two beasts.
The
That's a
attack,
compliment to Gallipod, though.
the attack on this is so good. I feel like it should be like this. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, S
Well, all
tier.
right. Time for the grand moment you probably didn't want to wait for. Channel overturn
Okay, what are you saying?
for my meme. Buzzwole at the top.
At the very beginning.
You know what? In fairness, I will have him near the top,
I'm
but he
fine.
won't
Yeah,
be top.
I'm absolutely fine with it because I could only honestly think of maybe two or three that might be better than him. So I'm fine with him being near the top.
All right, perfect. That's my overturn. There we go.
Okay. Bottom ones. I mean, as much as I like them, probably these
Yeah,
two.
Vika
Yeah.
Volden. Yeah.
Um,
Fuck.
this is just so good.
Yeah, and the
This is
three
just so good.
types.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
This
damn.
is really good too, but I'd be fine towards the middle.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is really good. This is really good. This probably not as good. So probably down here too. Boy,
the Krozma. I'm trying to figure out where to throw him at.
I know. I
He
mean,
might be upper middle, maybe?
probably. Yeah. I mean,
Just because of Ultra Necrozma.
yeah, that's true. Um, probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
He has some major power behind him.
so I want to think. Honestly, I think these two would probably be the only two that would be better than Buzzwole.
I will accept it.
Uh,
I will take that.
and honestly, I think it should go like this.
Tapu Koko, where's the you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the many it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's poison and water, and its
Mm-hmm.
abilities are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And it's defensive and it's tanky and it's you can easily breed and IV train this, whereas a legendary you catch it. I mean, you'd have to do hyper training and stuff, and I mean, I think you've got more control with this than you do this.
Electric fairy, you get an electric field. Oh, but then electric field doesn't mean much in compare. Oh, all right. That's
You
you know
think
what?
so?
I accept this.
Okay, I think they're pretty close, but there's something about this guy, huh? He's just
Do you know what this means? Do you know what goddamn joke Walk-ins and Ultimarks are gonna make in the comments? Oh, of course, when Trevor's involved, the toxic Pokemon gets the win. We're sorry, but this is the
that's how
best one.
it is. Okay, and then what are you thinking? Like this,
Yes.
and then
And I think,
this,
yeah.
and
Now to figure out
then I mean,
maybe,
it's an Ultra Beast,
yeah, the stats are
Glass
fucking
Cannon, but
great.
um, and then how about this?
I kind of want to put Vigavolt above
I
her,
know,
but it's a
it's
bug unless you're compared to a fairy.
and it's so slow, and it takes so long until you get it, and
All right.
okay,
I accept this.
okay. So
We've done it.
we have done it. Boy, this looks pretty good. I think.
This looks toxic as hell.
I don't think so. I mean, I
Just you wait for the comments.
well. I mean, for all the Ultra Beast haters, I'm sure, but I think this looks pretty good. So it's official. This is what Daimyo and Trevor say are the best Gen 7 Pokemon is Toxapex, and the worst is Crabominable. And
My child, my
yeah,
disappointing, exploding child.
so bad. But here's our rankings. Here's our tier list. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you a Crabominable lover, and you're upset with us? Who could that be though? So never mind. We don't have to worry about that.
What game did you play
Yeah.
where you actually found a use for Crabominable? I am genuinely curious if you had the use for him.
Or are you just a weird hater of Buzzwole and you are mad at us? Like, let us know. Let me know in the comments. But
I'm a Buzzwole lover and I'm fine where he's at.
me too.
I'm
Me too.
fine.
Me too. But yeah, let us know. And then again, Trevor, thank you so much for coming on. Please plug all your stuff again. Let everyone know where they can find you.
All right, you can find me on YouTube at Trevor Tiger and on Twitter Trevor Tiger 7. The 7's not really a thing. It's not. There's no secret code. It's just a theme because apparently there's like other Trevor Tigers out there, blasphemers. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to see, One Piece content, there's going to be some big projects coming out in the next 50 years probably.
Well,
Um, you'll
it's
see some
coming.
Disney. Yeah, they're gonna come one day. One day they'll come, much like Gandalf came over the hill for Helm's Deep. It will come one day. And there will be some Disney ride reviews. I guess I can spoil something for
Ooh,
everyone.
hot
The next one because Bovine Designs. He loves my Phantom Manor video. That's a plug. Everyone should watch that if you want cringy live action skits a little. But the next one with no live action skits, it's Splash Mountain, and I have to watch a certain movie because
Uh-huh.
Splash Mountain is based off of the very,
Uh-huh.
very infamously known movie Song of the South.
Yeah.
One of the few Disney movies that Disney will never release ever again.
Yeah.
They have blacklisted it. It is kept in their vault. Unfortunately for them, the internet is a thing. And
Yep.
unfortunately for them, the movie is on an archive website. I have watched 30 minutes of it. I gotta say, I've seen some of the happiest slaves of all time in that fucking film.
Gosh. Well, I
1946, ladies and gents, it's gonna be
jeez.
wild.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to your take on it and your videos about it. So, yeah, you guys check him out, and all of the links to his stuff will be in the description down below. But Trevor, thank you again so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Oh, no problem, my friend. Thank you so much for inviting me. This has been a lot of fun. Gen 7 for the win. Toxicity wins again, and friendship.
Yes, friendship, the most important thing. Yeah, but thank you again so much, and thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic day.
Yay.